everyone, and welcome back to my wedding series. It is bridal shower prep week and we're getting everything done before my shower on Sunday. So I've done a few things already. Obviously, I've sourced some things from IKEA, which I will be showing you later. And I just did my nails. I did a French tip. I was going to do this like flower design as well, but I had no time. I was getting frustrated. So I just stuck with simple French tip. That was what I did first because one of my nails was lifting and I just needed to get it done. So now I'm going to get together the party favors for our guests that are coming. I ended up being able to propagate like enough plants for this. I didn't intend to do it this way, like have them as favors, but when I realized I had enough, I thought it was genius. I bought these like white pots on Amazon. I will link everything that I've purchased for the shower below if it's available and if I can find it and all that. I'm going to plant all of my succulents in the pots and maybe write on the bottom like Terry's bridal shower and the date. I also have a DIY project that I want to get done, which is like an A-frame flower box situation. It's gonna be a lot. I've never really drilled anything before, but I want to try and do it. Here's the inspiration for what I'm going for. And I also have to continue thrifting bud vases. I've gotten a few collected, but not enough by any means. So we're gonna go thrifting. We're gonna do a lot of stuff in the span of a few days. We'll see how it goes. Hopefully we can get it all done. All of these are pretty much good and they've rooted and they're ready to plant. But just yesterday or the day before, I ended up cutting some of these more like lanky ones so that they could just go right into the soil and be nice and dense. If you want a full tutorial of how to propagate succulents, I have a video on that. I leave them to dry out after I remove all the leaves and I'm just gonna plant them in the pots with as much soil as I have. I thought I had a better black fine point pen, but I don't. So I've got like a red one and a blue one, a thicker black one and like a red pen. So we'll see how far I get. These are them. They're just white terracotta pots. Are there no trays? It said that there were trays included, which was just an added bonus, but they're not in here. And I checked the listing, it does say trays included, so I guess I'll have to reach out to them. I took some photos just for proof, but whatever. I don't have time to wait for like another one, so I'm just gonna take them out and write on the bottoms. Is this a waste of time? Like, it's just gonna rub off when someone waters it. See, I wanted to do this on the tray. You know what? I'm gonna save myself some time. It doesn't look so pretty, and I know the thought is there, but I know it's just gonna rub off because it's not on like the bottom of a tray. So I'm scrapping this idea. Sorry for the car noises. I'm just gonna start planting. We have quite a few of these like drink canisters that we're gonna use for the mimosa bar. I had purchased 6, they're all from IKEA, and then I was thrifting and got another one just because we were worried about not having enough. It was $1 off, but yeah, they were $3.99 at IKEA, and my mom helped me today like take off all the stickers with Goo Gone, which was helpful, and then we're just gonna clean the thrifted one quite a bit and sterilize them all. But yeah, they're gonna be used for a mimosa bar for like different juices. It is day 2 of bridal shower prep, and today is going to be full of decoration thrifting. I have a bunch of different stops on the list, so I'm gonna do that. Hopefully I'll be able to get enough bud vases. That's what I'm looking for mostly. So the plan is on the tables, we're gonna do like a white plastic table cover, just to keep it simple, just to keep it easy and cost effective, which is the #1 thing. And then I also ordered from Shein table runners that are mesh with pearls, which are super cute. I know, not the most ethical store, but we're on a budget, so it is what it is. And then we're gonna do bud vases with flowers on the tables, so hopefully I can find enough because there's quite a few tables. I visited 2 thrift stores that were close to me and found some really good options. I was trying to keep my budget lower than $2, although I love this one. I was just going for a mismatched bud vase vibe. I did hit up Dollar Tree as well, which who knew they had a Dollar Tree in Canada? Obviously, they were very inexpensive, so I did pick up a few from here, and I even picked up these flip-flops as well for my bachelorette. I'm pretty sure there's a total of 22. Technically, we should probably have an odd number, but I'm gonna call it quits for the day because there's quite a bit. These ones are fun. I like the gold rim, although, I mean, they're a little bit more mismatched considering, but that's okay. They're also fun. I might need more shorter ones. I have this one. It is very mismatched. We had a quick break for dinner and now we are gonna head to Home Depot, me and my dad. He knows more about construction and DIY projects than I do. So he's gonna help me pick out the pieces that I need for my A-frame wedding welcome sign. Well, it's my bridal shower welcome sign, but we'll also be repurposing it for my wedding. It took us quite a while to figure out the best option. We played around mostly in the end with finished pieces of wood. This one would have been a good option, but we would have had to get additional wood to make the flower box. So instead we went for this giant finished slab that was able to be cut to all the pieces that we needed. The width was 20 inches, so we decided on a 20 by 34 inch A-frame sign. So we just had them cut the one piece and then the second. And then based on those dimensions, we went for a 6-inch height for the flower box, and then we had to kind of figure out the other dimensions on the spot for the other pieces to make the whole box come together. We already had paint, screws, and even door hinges back at the house, but you would need that as well as L brackets and a chain to put everything together. I'm so glad I went with my dad. I would not have been able to do that alone. Just figuring out what kind of wood would work the best was so difficult, but the fact that we got a piece that was already sanded, it was a large piece, so we got the guy to cut it, which was nice, and because it was on clearance, it just made it obviously more inexpensive. It was a little bit more than maybe I would have paid originally with the wood piece that I was thinking of, the 4 feet by 8 feet, big one that was like unfinished. I would have had to sand it a bunch. This works out, and so it'll be way easier to just paint and put together over the next couple days. Even though the wood was finished, because it was cut, I just wanted to sand the edges and the corners to make them perfectly smooth before they were painted. While I was off doing something else, my dad volunteered to paint the pieces before assembling. We used some old white paint. I have no idea what it was from, but we were just using what we had to keep the costs down. The next day, once the paint was dry, it was time to assemble. We started off by lining up and marking where the hinges would go and using a drill and a nail to make a small hole before we used the actual screw to screw in the hinges. I would not have known to do this, but this just basically prevents the wood from splitting by making that small hole first before really going in. Then we just lined up the other piece of the frame, make sure it was in line, and repeated the process on the other side to make our A-frame. Wow! Look at us! We're builders. And by we, I mean my dad is. That is the basic A-frame all done. We just wanted to sand the edges before applying another coat of paint. Today is our last prep day and we are in the thick of building the sign. My dad is standing right outside and I'm gonna paint these cork boards white just to hold signs because, I mean, we could have got a frame, we could have done something else, but we had these. I had some water damage, so I might as well pretty them up and use them to showcase our favors and like the mimosa bar and stuff. So there's a bug on it, oh my gosh. We did the sanding of the outside. I know it's been painted. The paint was a bit thick. We were just using what we had on hand from various things, whether it was trim paint or my room, I don't even know. We just had to kind of sand it down a bit. Well, by we, I mean my dad. He was doing it. He did a great job. He even sanded off the paint from the hinges. Although we are going to paint it, I guess it just makes a nice clean surface. Luckily, we had this thing to take the hinges from. I mean, we had some extra hinges as well in the garage, but these ones were pretty good because they're a little bit smaller, you know, less bulky. Using a thinner paint. It's a little more white, but that's okay. It'll be really nice.
It'll dry up.
Yeah, that's true. Just another coat to make it all pretty. While the paint dried, we headed to the party location, which was my family friend's backyard, to drop off the glassware rentals and start on the DIY balloon garland kit that I got off of Amazon. There were so many balloons, but I did have my family's help in blowing them up with pumps. There was multiple sizes and multiple colors and pink and purple shades, even this gigantic one that was so big. My mom for scale. It covers her whole top half. I honestly didn't really know what I was doing, and I regret one thing in making this. You're not meant to blow up the balloon like a regular balloon. You're meant to blow it up so it's just round, not like elongated at the bottom where the hole is, so that it's easier to put together, but you learn from your mistakes. At least the kit did come with everything I needed, that plastic strip to attach the balloons, as well as glue dots and string. We did have extra balloons that I was just planning to attach later when we actually set it up in the garden, but this was it. It was incredibly long, and honestly, it was really cute. Now, I don't think I mentioned this was the day before the shower, so we needed to pick up fresh flowers from this beautiful flower shop, as well as some grocery stores, in order to make our bud vases that I envisioned on the tables. So I got to work on putting flower food and filling up those jars and assembling my flowers. I felt like a true florist. It was actually so fun. I really loved assembling these like cute DIY small bouquets. And just like that, it was the next day, my bridal shower. Unfortunately, we didn't have enough time to finish constructing the welcome signs flower box, so instead, at the last second, we taped on some flowers and I printed off some paper to attach. It was definitely not the vision, but it looked amazing on our wedding day, so just wait for that. But everything else turned out really cute. It was raining all morning, so we had to scramble the setup, but luckily it didn't rain the entire party, which was amazing. It was a brunch-style bridal shower, so we had a bunch of brunch-y foods that was coordinated by Sarah, my maid of honor, which was a huge task. I'm just so appreciative of her. She also got these custom cookies done by eCreations Cookies in Mississauga, the same company that made them for my engagement party as well. They're absolutely the cutest things. I love these cookies. And then this was our mimosa bar. We had various different fruits to add to a champagne flute with Prosecco and juices, even sparkling juices. The whole theme was petals and Prosecco, so I did add some flower petals to the ice as well. And then here are our favors all lined up, as well as the star of the show. I'm lucky enough to have an aunt who owns a bakery. Not only did she make cupcakes, but she made this gorgeous giant custom cake, which was absolutely delicious and so beautiful. If you're looking for a cake or dessert in Toronto for an event, definitely check out Honey Bee's Bake Shop. I'll link her page down below. We obviously also played games. This was the bridal Jeopardy board that one of my bridesmaids, Becca, made. We had so much fun playing that, as well as a guess where we are. I sent photos to my bridesmaid Nikta of me and Anthony in various places, and our guests had to guess where we were in each photo, which was so fun. And Sarah also brought Jenga, where everyone could sign and leave some marriage advice on a block. Overall, it was just such a beautiful day spent with friends and family. I am just so thankful to have had such an amazing bridal shower.
Cheers! Cheers!
The party is over. It was very incredibly fun, but now it's time to pop the balloons. This whole garland. We're not sticking it in the car. Okay, should I pop them all?
Go nuts.